Coming out from their bizarre worlds, these horrors are now creeping people out. From the deep woods to even inside the houses, they are literally crawling into our territories.
Sally, cut the camera!
So, hang on to see the terrifying creatures that, if not filmed, would be hard to believe.
He's just chilling right near that swing set.
While the boy was recording a video of his DVD, something unusual appeared in the white field outside his window. A dark figure stood motionless in the middle of the field, its long, thin shape distinct against the empty landscape. It didn't move or make a sound, just remained still, as if watching from a distance. The boy hadn't noticed it at the time, only realizing what he had captured when he replayed the video. The figure's appearance reminded him of the eerie tales of Slender Man. Tall, featureless, and strangely out of place. Yet, after a few moments, it was no longer there. What had he actually seen? No one could say for sure, but the footage left an unsettling question that remained unanswered. Dogman in forest. While exploring deep in the woods, a lone adventurer came across something unusual. As he recorded the dense forest around him, his camera captured a massive, wolf-like figure standing on two legs. It didn't seem to notice it was being filmed, standing still as if listening to the sounds of the forest. For a brief moment, it scanned the trees before moving away, disappearing into the shadows. The sight left the adventurer questioning what he had just witnessed. It didn't look like any known animal, and its size alone was enough to send a chill down his spine. Some believe creatures like the Dogman roam these hidden places, but no one truly knows what lurks in the depths of the wilderness. Strange figure.
He's just chilling right near that swing set.
A man was taking a quiet stroll near a park when something unusual caught his eye. At a distance, a tall figure stood completely still, facing him. At first, he thought it was just a person, but something felt off. Then, he noticed something even stranger. Black, tentacle-like appendages extending from its shoulders. They moved in a slow, unsettling motion, rising and falling as if they had a life of their own. The sight sent a shiver down his spine. He wasn't sure if his eyes were playing tricks on him, or if he had just witnessed something beyond explanation. Unable to shake the eerie feeling, he quickly left the area, but the image of that strange figure remained in his mind, leaving him with more questions than answers.
I don't know what to do.
Creepy being. There's a reason people warn against being near fields at night, and this clip only adds to the mystery. A man was passing by a field in Mexico when an unusual noise caught his attention. As he looked closer, he spotted something unexpected. A strange, hairy beast sitting among the grass. Its form was unlike any animal he had ever seen, covered in thick fur with an unusual shape. For a moment, it didn't move, as if aware it was being watched. The man, unsure of what he had just encountered, quickly stepped away, not wanting to risk getting any closer. To this day, no one knows exactly what was lurking in that field under the night sky. Creature of the dark. These men had only gone into the jungle at night to gather wood for their fire. Everything seemed normal until they noticed something strange hiding behind the bushes. A dark, eerie figure stood there, its eyes fixed on them. Its teeth also seemed to shine in the dim light, making its presence even more unsettling. Some whispered that it could be a jinn, a being from old stories that many feared encountering. Without wasting another second, they turned and rushed back to safety. The figure never followed. After that night, no one ever saw it again. Cryptid in house. Exploring an abandoned house took an unexpected turn for this man when he encountered something unsettling inside. As he carefully opened one of the rooms, his flashlight revealed a pale, humanoid figure crouched in the corner. Before he could react, the creature suddenly sprang forward. Without wasting a second, the man bolted out of the building as fast as he could. The footage ended with nothing but an empty, dark hallway behind him. No one could say what the creature was or where it had come from, but one thing was certain. This was not just another empty house. Tree Demon. A mysterious dark figure with glowing eyes was spotted perched high on a tree, leaving people puzzled. Its shape was unusual, and its glowing eyes only added to the mystery. Some believed it could be a young Bigfoot, while others thought it might be something far more unknown. The eerie sighting sparked discussions among enthusiasts, each offering their own theories. Whatever it was, it didn't move like a normal animal, and its presence in the tree raised even more questions. Could it be a creature yet to be identified? Or was it something beyond explanation? One thing's for sure, it wasn't Spider-Man. The search for answers continues as Bigfoot researchers and mystery seekers analyze the footage, hoping to uncover the truth behind this strange sighting. Creepy humanoid. A man was driving through the countryside enjoying his trip without any trouble. But then, something unusual appeared ahead. A tall, thin man in a suit was standing in the middle of the road. Startled, the driver quickly hit the brakes, causing the car to swerve slightly to the side. Glancing at the side mirror to check again, he felt a chill run down his spine. The figure was no longer standing still. It had started moving toward him. Without wasting a second, he sped off, putting as much distance as possible between himself and whatever that was. Even after reaching safety, he couldn't shake off the strange encounter that had taken him by surprise. Driving horror.
Sally, cut the camera.
Two friends were driving home, expecting nothing unusual along the way. The road ahead was quiet, and everything seemed completely normal. But then something unexpected caught their eyes. A tall, strange-looking humanoid figure stood right beside the road, almost as if it had been waiting for them. Its presence felt unnatural, making them question what they were really seeing. They couldn't make out its exact features, but its eerie shape instantly reminded them of the well-known tales of Slender Man. The figure didn't move, but something about it felt unsettling. Whether it was real or just a trick of the night, they never really figured out what they had encountered on that lonely road. Caught on tape. Independence Day became even more surprising when a strange video appeared. It showed a large, dark figure walking through the woods, carrying a small, furry creature in its arms. The way it moved, its tall size, and its strong steps made many believe it was the legendary Bigfoot. But what made this sighting even more interesting was the idea that this could be a mother Bigfoot carrying her baby. The video quickly spread, making people wonder if these hidden creatures were living among us. This strange moment left many people thinking about what else could be out there in the deep forests. Woods Mystery.
Oh, there it is. We've seen this thing. Dude, what is that?
A group of friends were spending time at a farmhouse, enjoying their trip without any worries. As they looked out into the field in front of them, something unusual caught their attention. A large, dark figure was walking on two legs, but its shape did not look human. It moved at a steady pace, seeming unaware of their presence. Curious, one of them decided to call out to it. The moment they did, the figure suddenly changed its direction and started moving toward them. A strange feeling filled the air as they watched it approach. But after that, no one knows what really happened. The details remain unclear, leaving only questions about what they saw that day in the open field.
Oh my god.
Spooky Mystery. While taking a night stroll, this man heard a strange sound coming from one side. Curious, he turned to check, and that's when he spotted it. A creepy-faced figure was standing behind a tree, its long hair hanging down and its glowing eyes staring directly at him. The eerie sight sent a chill down his spine. The figure remained still, almost as if it was waiting for something. But just as the man tried to focus on its features, it suddenly vanished into the darkness. With no explanation for what he saw, he quickly left the area, but the image of that strange figure remained stuck in his mind. Nightcrawler. What was captured on the trail cam at night left many in disbelief. The footage seemed normal at first, showing the quiet surroundings, until a strange figure crawled into view. Its slim, elongated body moved in an unnatural way, and its pale appearance stood out against the dark background. The creature made no sudden movements, yet there was something unsettling about its presence. It crossed to the other side of the frame, disappearing into the shadows as if it had always belonged there. No one could explain what it was, and the locals were left with more questions than answers. Some believed it to be a lost species, while others thought it was something far beyond normal understanding. Mysterious black figure. A boy had a shocking moment that soon caught the attention of many. While walking near the road, he noticed a huge dark figure standing behind the trees. At first, it stayed still, almost hidden among the branches. But then, it suddenly stood up and started moving. The boy didn't wait to see more. He quickly turned and ran, wanting to get far away from the strange figure. This unexpected sight left him full of questions. Could it be something even deeper, watching from the woods? Many who saw the video were left wondering the same thing. Furry creature.
Come on inside! Carly!
This video was shared on TikTok by an anonymous user who claimed to have captured a real dog man. The footage showed a massive creature covered in thick fur, its powerful muscles clearly visible beneath. Its stance was unlike any known animal, standing upright with an imposing presence. The figure appeared only briefly before disappearing into the woods, leaving behind more questions than answers. The user insisted that what they saw was real, but skeptics remained divided. Was it truly the legendary Dogman, or just an elaborate prank? With no follow-up sighting and no clear explanation, the mystery remained unsolved, keeping viewers wondering about what really lurked in the day.
Come on inside! Carly!
CCTV captured. Recently, new footage has appeared, claiming to show a mysterious creature in the woods, leaving experts puzzled. The video captures a dark, strong-looking figure moving through the forest in Idaho, USA. People believe it matches descriptions from old stories. Viewers pointed out the creature's strong body and noticeable muscles, saying it would be difficult to create a suit that looked so real. Some even questioned why anyone would go through the trouble of faking something like this. Could this truly be proof of an unknown being roaming the wilderness? The sighting has sparked endless debates, with many eager to uncover the truth. Trail cam mystery. A trail camera was set up in the jungle for security reasons, meant to capture any movement in the area. But what it recorded was something entirely unexpected. Strange, smoky, pale-colored entities appeared in the footage, moving in an eerie and unexplainable way. They had no clear shape, shifting and changing as they floated through the trees. Though they didn't resemble any known creature, their presence was undeniable. The way they moved made it clear that they were not something ordinary. The camera may have captured something from beyond this world. Their appearance in the deep jungle remains an unsettling mystery that no one has been able to explain. Mystery creatures. Holding his camera steady, this man managed to capture something truly unusual. As he filmed, his eyes locked onto a group of short, pale figures standing near a fence. They appeared motionless, almost as if they had just arrived from somewhere unknown. Their features were unlike anything he had seen before. Small bodies, large heads, and almond-shaped eyes that seemed to reflect the light. The footage, though blurry, was enough to raise questions. Was this some kind of secret experiment, or had he accidentally filmed something far beyond human understanding? Forest anomaly.
He's standing above the bushes.
Hiking took an unexpected turn for this man who was having a normal hike when he felt like something was watching him. He took out his camera and started recording. As he scanned the area, his eyes caught something unusual. A pale-colored creature standing completely still. It wasn't moving, yet it was clearly looking straight at him. The way it stood, almost frozen, made the moment even more unsettling. He tried to focus his camera, but the figure remained motionless, as if aware it was being watched. Not wanting to stay any longer, he slowly backed away, keeping the camera rolling. It never moved, but the eerie feeling stayed with him long after he left.
It's white. It looks like it's like eyes.
Behind tree. A YouTuber filming a documentary came across something that sent chills down his spine. As he walked through the dense forest, focusing on his footage, he suddenly noticed something unusual. A dark figure stood behind one of the countless trees, watching him. It wasn't moving, but its presence was undeniable. He froze for a moment, trying to make sense of what he was seeing. The way it stood there, blending into the shadows, made it even more unsettling. He kept his camera rolling, hoping to capture whatever it was. But before he could take a closer look, the figure was gone. Left with only the eerie footage and an uneasy feeling, he couldn't shake the thought knowing he had just recorded something unexplainable. Slender Man caught. As a biker was on his way home from a woody area, his eyes caught something far beyond what he had expected. A tall figure stood right beside the road, its shape distinct against the trees. It didn't move, yet its presence was unsettling, almost as if it had been waiting. The figure had no clear features, just a towering silhouette standing motionless in the dark. The biker didn't stop, keeping his pace steady as he passed by. The strange figure remained in place, never making a sound or any attempt to follow. Its stillness made it even more bizarre, leaving only questions with no clear answers. Whatever it was simply there, watching until it faded into the distance behind him. Mountain mystery. These friends were having a normal hike on a mountain when something in the trees caught their attention. A shadowy movement stood out against the dense forest, prompting them to zoom in with their camera. That's when they saw it. A dark, thin figure walking behind the trees, moving steadily as if heading somewhere with purpose. It didn't seem to notice them, nor did it change its pace. The figure weaved through the trees until it gradually disappeared from sight. They waited, hoping to catch another glimpse, but it was gone as if it had never been there. With no clear explanation and no further sightings, the strange figure remained a mountain mystery, leaving them with only the footage to prove what they had seen. Rushing cryptid. This man was walking near the woods when he saw something unexpected, a pale, human-like creature crawling toward him at an unsettling speed. Its movements were strange, unlike anything he had seen before. The figure seemed to react aggressively, as if it didn't want him there. The man turned to run, but in the chaos, his camera fell to the ground, still recording. The footage captured the eerie moment before cutting off. What happened after remains unknown, as no further details ever surfaced. The video alone was enough to send chills down the spines of those who saw it. Cryptid on mountain. Boating in Ontario, Canada, took a strange turn for this group of friends when they spotted something unusual near the tree line. As they cruised along the lake, their eyes caught movement among the branches. At first, it seemed like an ordinary shadow, but when they zoomed in with their camera, they saw a massive, human-like figure moving between the trees. Its pale, ghostly appearance stood out against the dense forest, making the sight even more unsettling. They recorded the strange encounter and shared shared it online, where it quickly grabbed attention. The footage sparked endless speculation. The eerie sighting kept people wondering about the mysteries lurking in the depths of Canada's forests. Yard creature. You never know what might be lurking in your own backyard, and this couple's experience proves just that. They were returning home at night when an unusual sound caught their attention. It was coming from the backyard, making them stop for a moment. Wanting to be cautious, they decided to check, just to be sure. They began recording. Later, when they rewatched the footage, something unexpected appeared. A dark figure could be seen moving quickly, slipping behind a tree, right as the camera light swept past. They hadn't noticed it at the moment, but the video captured something they couldn't explain. What it was, and where it went, those questions remain unanswered.
Heard those noises again.
Pale figure. This drone footage has been spreading across the internet, leaving people scratching their heads. It was originally sent out to survey the flood situation in an area, but among the footage, something truly unexpected appeared. A large, pale figure was seen moving across the rooftops. It seemed to jump onto a house before vanishing in an unusual motion. The way it disappeared didn't look normal, making viewers question what exactly was caught on camera. People were convinced that it was something beyond explanation. Whatever the case, the footage remains a mystery, leaving more questions than answers about what really happened in that flooded area. Village creature. A couple living in a village was startled by an unusual sound outside their home late at night. Curious, they decided to check what was causing it. As they stepped out, their eyes caught sight of something unexpected, a creature lurking behind a nearby mount. Its shape was unclear, but it was definitely there, watching. The moment their light swept over it, the creature reacted instantly, retreating further into the shadows. It moved so fast that they barely got a proper look before it was gone. Left with only the memory of what they had seen, they stood there in silence, unsure of what had just unfolded. One thing was clear: it had no intention of being seen for long.
Yeah.
Backyard goblin. This lady saw something moving in the backyard, so she went out to check. As she looked around, her eyes caught sight of something unusual. A tiny humanoid figure walking along a tree branch. It moved carefully, almost as if aware it was being watched. What made it even stranger was the tiny red cloak draped over its body, making it stand out against the leaves. It didn't resemble any animal she knew, and its small size made it even more mysterious. Before she could take a closer look, the figure suddenly disappeared into the branches. The woman who had this brief encounter believed that she had just seen a goblin, and duende to be precise. Dark figure. Forests can hide more than we imagine sometimes. A group of explorers was moving through the woods, capturing their journey on camera when they unknowingly recorded something unusual. Later, as they reviewed the footage, their eyes locked onto a strange sight: a dark, tiny, human-like figure peeking from behind the bushes. It wasn't moving much, but its shape was clear enough to stand out. None of them had noticed it in real time, making the discovery even more unsettling. The figure appeared to be watching them, staying hidden just out of sight. What was it? They had no answers, but the footage left them with more questions than they had expected to find. Real vampire.
What the heck is this?
This video was posted on social media by an anonymous user and quickly taken down. However, a few people managed to save it before it disappeared. In the video, a humanoid bat-like creature can be seen hanging upside down, almost like it was resting. The creature looked like a giant bat, but it also had human features, making it even more strange. This unusual sight led to discussions and fears of possible Dracula-like creatures. And to add to the mystery, there had been many reported sightings of people recording the same creature on their rooftops. So is the infamous Dracula back? Or there's another side to this story? What do you think?
Parece ser el conde Drácula o algo así.
Dogman caught.
No caminho de Pedrinha. Tá vendo aí?
A couple driving through Petrolina, a region in northeastern Brazil, had a shocking encounter with something straight out of legend. As they traveled down the road, their vehicle struck a bizarre creature that didn't resemble any dog they had ever seen. The man described it as a legendary beast that doesn't exist. Yet there it was, lying in front of them. Its form was unusual, large, muscular, and eerily humanoid, with features that reminded them of the infamous Dogman. The sight left them questioning what they had just witnessed. Was this truly a cryptid lurking in the area, or could it have been something else entirely? Whatever it was, its presence in the region only deepened the mystery surrounding strange creatures reported in Brazil.
Verdade, ó. Viu? Bicho é muito feio.
Rooftop alien.
Police. What is that right there?
In 2017, a woman was strolling through her backyard when something unusual caught her eye. A strange, human-like figure was peeking from the edge of her rooftop, motionless and watching. The moment she focused on it, the figure vanished in an instant. Confused, she rushed to the other side of the house, hoping to catch another glimpse, but there was nothing. The rooftop was empty, as if nothing had been there at all. Disturbed by the sighting, she reported it to security, but after a thorough search, no trace of the figure could be found. No footprints, no signs of movement, just silence. What had she really seen? To this day, the strange rooftop visitor remains a mystery with no clear explanation. Humanoid peeking from tree. A woman was exploring a forest when she noticed something unusual. A tiny, humanoid figure peeking from behind a tree. Its glowing eyes and long head stood out in the darkness, making it clear that this was no ordinary creature. As soon as she uploaded the footage online, viewers were quick to claim that it was a fairy. But the eerie appearance of this figure raised eyebrows. Could it really be a fairy, or was it something else entirely? The footage left many unsettled, as no one could explain exactly what had been captured in those woods. Construction site creep. A group of men were taking a break at a bustling construction site when something unusual caught their attention. A strange creature was slowly crawling across the site, moving in a way that didn't seem natural. It had an eerie presence, as if it didn't belong there. The men watched closely as it crept forward, stopping right in front of them for a brief moment. Then, without warning, it disappeared into the surroundings, leaving no trace behind. The encounter left them unsettled, unsure if what they had seen was real or just a trick of the mind. Hiker horror.
Then a rock was through. She chased it. I just kind of stopped, took the phone out, gazed the hill, kept looking.
Hiking in the woods of McDowell County took an unexpected turn for a man who claimed to have seen something unusual. He shared a video that many found hard to ignore. In the footage, a large, dark, hairy figure was moving among the trees. The man stayed out of sight as he filmed, making sure to capture every moment of the strange sight. Was this some unknown creature lurking in the forest, or something else entirely? No matter the answer, the encounter left him with a story that would keep people talking for a long time. Chasing being. One night, a man was walking through the woods when he heard strange noises coming from behind the trees. His curiosity led him closer, but as he listened, an uneasy feeling crept in. Then, out of nowhere, a pale figure rushed past him, moving in a way he had never seen before. The creature looked unusual, almost like something from an old mystery story. It wasn't an animal he could recognize, and its quick, sudden appearance left him stunned. He later showed the footage to his friends, but no one could say for sure if it was real or not. With no clear answer, one question remains. What exactly did he see? torch mystery. This man was exploring a forest when he suddenly felt like something was watching him. He grabbed his torch and scanned the area, trying to spot any movement. That's when his light revealed something unusual. High up in a tree, a strange figure was perched, staring right at him. It had a pale, human-like shape, but its face looked eerie in a way he couldn't quite describe. The longer he looked, the more unsettling it became. Realizing he was too close to something unknown, he quickly turned around and hurried back the way he came. He didn't dare look back, but the image of that strange creature remained clear in his mind. Dashcam mystery. This dashcam footage captured something that would make anyone rethink driving through the woods at night. A man was heading home late when he suddenly had to hit the brakes. Right in front of his car, a massive, hairy figure rushed across the road, moving fast through the beam of his headlights. For a brief moment, the creature's shape was visible before it disappeared into the trees, vanishing as quickly as it had appeared. The entire encounter lasted only a few seconds, but it was enough to leave the man feeling uneasy. Whatever he had just witnessed was far too big and unusual to be any normal animal, and no matter how much he tried to reason with what he saw, he couldn't find an explanation. Mystery eyes. The trail camera picked up something that no one was expecting. At first, the footage showed nothing but darkness, with the usual nighttime sounds in the background. But then, two glowing eyes appeared, watching from the edge of the frame. The eerie sight was enough to send chills down anyone's spine. Before anyone could make sense of it, the figure moved, causing the camera to shift slightly, as if something had brushed against it. Rumors had been spreading about strange sightings in the area, leading many to believe it could be a dogman or something even more mysterious. With no clear answers, the unsettling footage left people questioning what kind of creatures might be hiding in the dark. And now, let's move on to the subscribers pick.
This is the exact spot that I just...
In Bradenton, Florida, a man was filming the peaceful surroundings of his garden when something unexpected happened. As he focused his camera, a dark figure suddenly darted across the yard. The strange shape moved fast, its outline resembling the legendary Dogman. Caught off guard, the man froze for a moment before rushing back inside, shutting the door behind him. Was there truly something lurking outside? Though the figure vanished just as quickly as it appeared, the brief encounter left him with more questions than answers. That night, he couldn't shake the feeling that something was still watching from the shadows. And with that, see you next time.